Hey guys, and welcome to part 6 of the mmorpg tutorial. All of these parts so far has been having it where players can register and then they can log in to the game and play it. In the last part we made the login.php. Now in this part we're going to be making it to where they log into their account. So we have a username and password field. Here, now we gotta create the PHP document. So create a new one, call it save as, put in test, authenticate.php. Now hold on. Okay. We include connect.php and then we open PHP back up and say if is set post if is set post submit. Then do this. Okay. So player equals post player. Because remember, if we go to login, keep on forgetting, we call this name. See, username, name, and then the password. So that's where we're getting that information from. Password equals post password. And it knows where to get this from because on here we have if it said post submit. Remember right here we called this post and we called the submit button submit. And then we strip the tags of the player just like we did whenever they registered. Now we MD5 the password. What that means is MD5 is an encryption. So remember how on the register, whenever they register, they just put their password into jumbled letters in the database? It's checking. See, every letter and number is set for a specific thing. It's set for a specific letter or number, whatever you type in. So with this, it's seeing what password you typed in on the login, and it's verifying it with the MD5 encryption for what's in the database. And player info equals select equals select name password from player where name equals player and password equals password. Now what that means is it's going to select the name and password field from the players table, and it's going to look for the name. They're going to look to see if they have a person in the database Like, if you type in Dust1031, it's going to check to make sure Dust1031 actually exists. But if you type in ABC, you can see ABC doesn't exist, so they won't be able to log in. And then it's got to check to make sure if the password, after they check to make sure if the username exists, it's going to use that to verify the password. Okay. Now we have to query the player info 3, and then we have to fetch after we query. Oh, whoops. This is supposed to be player info, and then that. Okay. So after we do that, hold on. Like I said, I'm not going to try to go through my other code as much, but I will see if I'm leaving anything off. Oh, I forgot one thing. This went already to do that. First thing we gotta do is select all from players where name equals player. I forgot about that. And the rest is okay. Now we have to query for it. Query equals select name password from players with name equals player and password equals password. Now we got to make a result equals MySQL query for query, and then we have to make a result 2 equal. Now we have to fetch the data. Oh, result. Now we do if result 2. That means if all that was successful, then we start the session, and then they log in. And we gotta make sure that they log into the right thing. And then we echo out, makes it go to index.php, and it's going to say continue, then in that, and then put that. Else, that means if they typed in something wrong, then we want it to say echo, you have entered the wrong username or password. Please go back. And then we make a go back to the login. Go back. and then we end those two, and then we're done. So, let's go over what we just did. Once they click the submit button, it's going to select all from players with name equals player. Then it's going to query and select the name password field from the players table where name equals whatever they typed in and password equals whatever they typed in. And then it's going to query for the statement up here, and then it's going to fetch the result, and if their username and password matches, then we want to start the session. Or if it doesn't, we want to say you have entered the wrong username and password, please go back, and then have a go back button. So if we refresh, let's just type in that, submit, unexpected T variable on line 10. Oh! I forgot to add those semicolons. Now let's try it. Submit. 28. What's 28? Oh, forgot that again. Don't know why I keep on forgetting those. Call to undefined function strip tags on line 9. Player equals strip. Guys, I keep on forgetting. And I forgot to add something. We need to strip the tags of the password. Okay. That should be good. We got time to test it. You have entered the wrong username and password. Please go back. Go back. Now let's enter the right one. Submit. You have entered the wrong username and password. Okay. Well, what's wrong? It seems like I got everything correct. Echo. Exit. Let me just take this player info. Well, I'm going to find out what's wrong with this error and come back to y'all in the next part. So, still got one more part left on this.